Well, the executive branch serves exclusively the President of the United States. That's the point of it. And for centuries, nobody disputed that principle because it's in the Constitution and also because it makes sense. The President is elected and the bureaucrats who work for him are not. They can't be removed. But now, thanks to Trump, bureaucrats are making a new play for supremacy in this country. Earlier this week, the President ordered the declassification of documents related to the Russia investigation. But according to news reports, officials at the DOJ, FBI, and Office of the Director of National Intelligence are planning to defy his orders and keep some of those documents redacted regardless of what the President, their boss, says. Tom Fitton has spent a lot of time around redacted documents. He's the president of Judicial Watch, which has exposed a lot of this information to public view, and we're grateful for that. Tom, thanks a lot for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So the claim being made on the left, and the beauty of this is we're going to find out in the end, and I honestly can't wait, but is that some of these documents, airing them in public, will jeopardize our intel agencies and American national security. Do you think that's true?
No, it's not true, and it's demonstrated in prior releases not to be true. The FISA warrant applications, which have been partially declassified thanks to earlier personal intervention by the President, showed corruption. They were using this DNC dossier to fraudulently mislead a court into allowing spy warrants.
And they tried to keep that classified.
Not only that, when we first asked for them, they refused to confirm or deny it existed because it might be
wait a second. They can only keep something, if I understand the law, they can only keep something classified because they don't own the documents. They belong to us, Americans. They can only keep it classified if releasing it would jeopardize the country's security, correct? But they kept it to protect themselves from exposure as corrupt? Is that what you're saying?
Well, and that's what's been shown. And you know, folks like Devin Nunes and Bob Goodlatte, who runs the Judiciary Committee, they've reviewed the documents that the President is seeking to declassify, and they know there's nothing there worth protecting in terms of protecting our national security. And the media who's complaining about the release of this information in this very scandal was happily reporting classified information that was rightly classified, and the release of which would harm national security and potentially harm citizens.
Wait, so you're saying that when journalists tell us that their job is to make sure we have less information, know less about what our government is doing, they're in on the scam themselves?
Not only that, they're aware of government officials who may have broken the law and leaking classified information.
So their allegiance is to bureaucrats and not their viewers or readers, is what you're saying.
That's right. You know, the President is, in his genius way, bypassing the media by releasing the documents in a lawful way to the American people, as opposed through the illegal leaks where classified information isn't protected. That's the traditional Washington way. So very quick, since you've been doing this for so long, have you ever seen the media come out on the side of secrecy and against the public's right to know? Well, in this case they have, and it's all the anti-Trump bias. It's all about getting Trump. Keeping this information classified is designed to make it harder for President Trump to defend himself against the lawlessness. And the classification of information related to the FISA warrants, text messages, the mere existence of the FISA warrants, all help protect the deep state from being held accountable for the misconduct during the Obama administration well into this administration.
They're so corrupt. The press is so corrupt.
We're waiting for the documents. We're waiting for the documents. All we want are the documents under law, and the President did a heroic act in doing it.
Yeah, they belong to us. They belong to the public, not to John Brennan. Tom, thank you.
You're welcome.